Alright, what is up? I am sorry it has taken me so long to make a video. Super busy over here. But this week's topic is wrapping up. We're talking about how our subject has impacted our life in the last 10 weeks. What have we accomplished? So, my subject, as you may or may not remember, since it's been so long, um, is sports conditioning or sports training, athletic performance training, I guess, how it helps me stay motivated living a healthy lifestyle. It keeps me focused in the gym. It's cool to see it pay off on the baseball field or football field. I mean, I train for baseball because I play for baseball, but I play a lot of sports for fun, and the training definitely helps me become more athletic, obviously. And and increase moves like my speed and my agility and more coordination, power, etc., which play a role in all sports. So it's cool to see that when I'm just playing around with people or when I'm actually competing in baseball or at practice or whatever. It's a lot of fun. So what I do is I set up. I'm now doing HIT. Well, I'm now doing HIT, high intensity interval training, cardio. I guess I just call it high intensity interval training because I'm not doing it on a cardio machine. Although it doesn't really matter how you do it. It's all the same thing. You could do plyometrics for it. You could do agility ladder routines. You could sprint on a treadmill for 30 seconds and then jog for a minute and then walk for 30 seconds and go back to sprinting. Stuff like that. It's really just pushing you to your limit, that anaerobic threshold where you don't have oxygen coming in. Sprinting is that you can't talk, you can't breathe, can't do it for very long because you only have so much energy. But it's basically pushing yourself to that, getting your heart rate real high, then allowing it to come down but never fully rest, and then boom, push it right back up again. You do this for about anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes even has proven to be effective. And your body needs a lot of energy for that because it's high intensity. So you're burning a lot of calories. So what I like to do, and then of course, just to backtrack for a sec, you're burning a lot of calories. So therefore, you're putting yourself. You could be putting yourself in calorie deficit. If you want to lose weight, if that's your goal, you want to be burning off more calories than you consume. So HIIT would definitely be something to try out. But so I set up cones, which I did today. I set up, well, they're field discs, so they're the little discs, and I set it up I set 4 of them up in a square, about 5 to 10 yards apart from each other, and they're about 5 yards apart from each other. Diagonal would probably be about 10. So I would sprint to one, and then I would stop. And I'd run around it, so I'd sprint to it, and then around it, and then stop, and then sprint to the next one. So I'd go diagonal, and then I'd go straight across originally, so I'd go straight to the disc in front of me, then stop, turn, sprint back diagonal, stop, turn, sprint across. I mean, full hard. So I do stuff like that for high-intensity interval training. What I do is I do 2 rounds of that. I do 2 rounds of the sprinting, so I sprint all those yards. Oh, and then so I sprint all those yards twice, and then after that, I jump over the cone. I do 10 reps, but it's 1 rep per hop, so I do 10 hops over the cone, over the disc, whatever. It's a little. You've probably seen them. They have them at Target and all these places. It's not like the cone. I have the cones actually, but I keep these in my car. They're just a little disc. But anyway, it's all irrelevant. I jump over that. It's just basically hopping. You don't even have to jump over a cone. You could just hop. I do forward and backwards, and then I do side to side. So, and I apologize if this video is all over the place. I didn't really prepare for it or think about it, and I don't think my editing software is working, so I'm just going to post it like this. But basically, that has helped my training. For one, that's helped me in sports. It's stuff like that increases agility, it increases coordination, it increases speed. For me, it builds muscle memory. If I am even in the batter's box, I got to get out of the batter's box and sprint to first. If I'm stealing a base, I'm at a standing position, and yes, it's an athletic position, but I'm still standing still, and I gotta turn, and I gotta go. So it works on that, and I've actually lost, I've been counting my calories too, by the way, so it's not just exercise alone. I have been keeping track of that and making sure that I'm eating in a caloric deficit, because for me, if I'm not keeping track, I mean, even though I eat healthy, I don't know. If I'm trying to lose weight, it's just best for me to keep track. That really keeps me set on things. But I've lost 5 pounds in the last 6.5 weeks. Now I still do strength training too. I mean, I'm a relatively big guy. I've got a lot of muscle on me, so it's not going to go super down or whatever real fast. And muscle, you have to take into consideration muscle, you have to take into consideration water weight. There's a lot when it goes into factoring into the scale. But I'm pretty happy with 5 pounds in 6.5 weeks. My goal is 15% body fat. So again, it's training like that combined with a clean diet that helps me on the baseball field, helps me in sports, which is extremely motivating and a lot of fun because I really enjoy playing sports. I'm a really competitive guy, and I really enjoy playing baseball. So it's cool to kind of have this competition going on with myself. I don't compare myself to anybody else. I just focus on myself and try to be better than who I was, and it helps me lose weight. So all in all, that's excellent. And I actually just started doing the HIIT work, and then I'll do moderate cardio. So today I did that routine I just told you about. I did that today. And then I went on into the gym. I did it outside the gym because there's a park actually right next to my gym, which is awesome. And so I did that, and I went right into the gym, and I did 30 minutes on the bike, and I wasn't going too hard. I mean, I did it was like intervals. There were hills, so the levels were, there were some where it was difficult, but I didn't feel like I was really overexerting myself. And the reason I'm doing that now is because I just went to a conference for the American Council on Exercise. I'm actually certified with them. They had a conference here in Orlando, and one of the things I learned at that conference was that they just did a study, and in that study, they found that people who do high-intensity interval training and then do moderate cardio right after, it actually burns more fat, has an increase in burning fat, which makes sense because I won't get into it with you in total detail. But if you're familiar, then you know that your body has the 3 ways of getting energy. And when it's through carbohydrates, which is the main way your body derives energy. And you have this ATP system, all this stuff. I won't get complex with it, but basically that, and then your body uses fat storage, which is why they say to do long moderate intensity cardio, 45 minutes, an hour, or whatever, but at a moderate pace because your body's more likely to use fat as energy for that. So it makes sense that your body might switch over, or you use up all your glycogen in your in the high intensity routine. So when you go doing moderate cardio, your body is taking the energy from fat storage. Anyway, regardless, that's my theory on it. Regardless of how it works, definitely that showed in the research that that people who did that had an increase in losing fat. That it was taken from their fat storage. So I thought that was pretty cool. And yeah, I guess I'll keep you guys posted on that and how it's going. You can sub to my channel if you want down there. And if not, then I don't know. I'll see you guys next season. I will hopefully be making more videos a lot more often. I really want to be part of this channel, and I'm looking forward to more subscribers. So spread the word around, get people hooked up, and we'll see you.